Variety Stitchers.
Hi,
I'm Katie,
I'm Laura.
And I'm Athena.
and we're here to talk about our 12 days of Christmas stitching. It's really Christmas and winter. You can do both. You can do one or the other, whatever you want to do. It's just a way to get you excited about stitching.
Right. And we've had people comment and say that they don't have that many Christmas or winter projects. And I suggested you stitch 12 hours, you stitch 12 minutes a day on each project, whatever you're going to do to make it yours.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we hope that you'll join in with us, but we thought that we would share our 12 projects that we're going to be stitching during the month of December. So the idea is kind of to stitch one every other day. That way you get one all the way up till Christmas. And we'll also...
So I use a scanner and I lay it out. And these are stickies that I move around until I'm happy with them. And in fact, I even moved one right before we started.
And we will also, in subsequent videos, be opening up 2 presents every video from our nice list box. So we'll be unboxing the box and talking to you about the different things included in it. So you guys want to start off with our first picks for stitching?
Yeah, number 1.
Okay, so Mom and I are going to be stitching. I think this is called, yep, it's called. Oh, and let's also go over our challenges for
we'll
this
see
stitch
if
along.
we did. I don't think I did them all.
I did. I wrote them down. So one of them was stitch on a piece called Deck the Halls. Because I actually ended up with 3 different pieces called Deck the Halls. So this is Deck the Halls from Caterpillar Cross Stitch.
Nice.
A fun rainbow on our stuff. So
but we're stitching from digital patterns on our end, so that's why we have the photo there.
Right, so that is a stitch along from last year.
Yes, and it's so cute. And I had picked fabric, but now Mom showed me, I don't know who you showed
me.
Kristen, okay, is stitching it on the most adorable blue fabric with like falling snow. And so we think we might have to copy her and order
very
some
quickly.
But I had pulled this blue fabric from Picture This Plus to do it. So if it doesn't come in time, then I might be starting on this.
I might move it to a different day and rearrange my start schedule.
So, and that's it. I took over Mom's.
That's for both of us.
Okay, my first project, these are in no particular order because I have no idea. I'm gonna, whatever's calling me next, I'm gonna pick it up. Although they're all calling me right now. So my first one is going to be Holly Jolly All Year Long. And this is by, oh my gosh, who is it by? Oh, Amy Brooken. I knew that. This is by, oh my gosh, look at all those Santas. They're so much fun.
Oh my gosh. The color palette for it too is amazing.
Yes. So we were at the store and Katie helped me by kitting this one up and I was kitting up some other ones. But look at these colors. There's purples and the bright pinks and blues. Oh my gosh. It's going to be so much fun. And I have
for you made me happy. Like as I was pulling it down, it was like, it's just so happy.
Yeah. And so this is the fabric I'm going to use and it's sparkly if we can get it. Maybe. Anyways, it's sparkly green fabric and I'm going to use this. And that's for this one. That's my first one.
You want to do our number 2?
Oh, okay. So Katie and I are both going to do Early Christmas Morning from Blackbird Designs, and we are doing this. And nice. I have 40 count pear linen from Lakeside Linens. Mine's folded funny. It has a slight light green cast to it.
It's really pretty.
Really, really pretty.
I'm also doing a neutral, but I'm doing 30 count R&R. So the pattern calls for 36 count, but we figured out that my 30 count will fit it. So I'm doing Old Mill Java from R&R Reproductions.
Katie will just have to adjust. They give you inside the pattern, they give you a template and she'll just have to adjust the size of hers.
Yeah. It's not like I have design software that I can make my own circle for or anything.
And maybe we'll just take it to our finisher and say, please fix this.
It's good neutral, but it has a few coffee spots on it, and I love R&R fabric.
Mm-hmm.
And I always have to smell R&R fabric because it smells like coffee faintly.
How about you, Athena?
Okay, next is Christmas Sampler 2 by Cottage Garden Samplings.
Which I was going to do this one, and I forgot to get floss for it, so it fell off of my 12.
Yeah, I only pulled a few because I think I'm gonna so I'm doing the Halloween sampler 2. I started that for Halloween and I didn't like the colors, so I had to convert all my colors. And I think I'm gonna have to do that again. I didn't have really the mental capacity to do that at the store right then and there, so I just pulled a few. I pulled this gold.
Sorry, we have a cat climbing the door, and right now she looks like this.
She'll climb up the screen door
and just hang there. Sorry, Athena.
Oh my goodness.
I'm trying to hold it in.
It's not a video unless there's a cat interrupting. It's fine. Totally fine. Okay, so I pulled Toffee, which, what did they call for? Oh, I guess they did call for Toffee. I didn't convert this one.
That's color.
But that's what I got for the
capital letters.
For the capital letters. Thank you.
Cool.
Words are hard. And I'm gonna have to dye some fabric for this one. I don't have fabric picked out yet.
I love how you just so casually say, oh, I'm just gonna dye some fabric for this.
I'm just awful.
I went through all of them last night and was deciding on fabric on all of them. So there's 3 or 4 that I have to dye for. So not too many. That's my number 2.
Cool. Number 3?
Number 3 are different. So
yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna have you do yours first because I chose mine based off of hers for a different reason.
Oh, okay. So I am going to be stitching Christmas Land from Raise the Roof. And I have this really beautiful piece of Serenade Belfast linen from Color and Cotton. And I was trying to see if I could find, yeah, here. I don't know if you can tell, that's better.
Oh yeah.
It has a purple cast to it. It's kind of grayish, kind of purplish. And I think it'll be really beautiful as a backdrop for this. I have all my floss.
I think your white's gonna show up better on your fabric than on
on theirs.
Natural.
Yeah. So that's me.
I am doing what's it called? Sorry. Deck the Hall. No, sorry. Deck the Hall Satsuma Street. So Deck the Hall's number 2. Which is this one. Lovely rainbows going on. There you go. That's
there it is. Nice.
And I'm stitching it also on Color and Cotton fabric. So I have really changed mine up. I'm doing it on Deep Plum 32 count from Color and Cotton.
Nice.
So there we go. This is my first, actually, and this is my only piece of Color and Cotton fabric.
Really?
Oh, yeah, because she hasn't dyed anything for us yet, I don't think.
I was trying to see if there was a wreath on my pattern, but there.
Oh yeah, we forgot to name off the rest of the challenges.
Well, we'll do it as we come to them because.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one has a snowman.
That's one of the challenges. There you go.
This one has a snowman right in the middle.
Nice.
What else?
So it's stitch on a piece called Deck the Halls, stitch on an ornament, stitch on a non-Christmas piece, stitch on a piece with a snowman, stitch on your oldest Christmas pattern, and stitch on a piece with a wreath.
Now, my oldest Christmas pattern is Brendan's stocking. And it's not in my 12 because it's one that I need to get out and get busy on and finish because poor boy is 21 and the stocking has been around the world and stitched on
back.
by people all over the place, and has come home, and I need to just finish stitching it. I have one little section, but it's from the Cross Stitch and Country Crafts stocking series, and so they're very involved. So
Okay, so Athena, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is going to be the Secret Santa.
oh, it's so
Called Saint
cute.
Nick. It's a decapitated Santa.
I was gonna say decapitated Santa.
Did we say just a wreath, or was it a wreath or garland?
We said wreath or garland, actually. So
Oh, I didn't realize that. I have lots with garland on it. Okay, that fits that. I think I did find one with a wreath. I have the floss pulled for that. I'm omitting the blue because there's blue in there, and the fabric is blue. I'm gonna go with pale green. I'm gonna shoot for a pale green. I need to dye it, so we'll see what I come up with. But yeah, I'm gonna go with green for these, and this is also an ornament.
oh,
So
there you go, double.
yes.
Awesome. I was just looking, and maybe there is a wreath in the window here.
I think that's
It's
just a curtain.
I don't know. I would have to really get in and look.
We can say it's a wreath, so you get the challenge.
I might come up.
We can say anything we want.
You.
Look, is this a garland? So my next one, my number 4 is Peppermint Pals from With Thy Needle and Thread. And I will be stitching this with Keisha,
Who is the
Nice.
sewing partner over on Pattern Queens.
and I have all my floss. I have not pulled fabric yet. So that's when I need to pull.
Are you gonna pull blue fabric like that? or
I
are
don't
you
know. I'm
change-
gonna look.
So I am also doing on the same day a With Thy Needle and Thread, and it's also a snowman. It's new this year. It's Mr. Marshmallow.
He's so cute.
I think he's adorable. However, I also like to call him the suicidal snowman because he's a snowman on hot cocoa. I mean, come on.
So they're both suicidal snowmen because this one is carrying a snowman head.
That's a homicidal snowman.
Homicidal snowman. Yeah. Homicidal, suicidal. There we go.
Oh my gosh.
And decapitated Santas.
Apparently, we can't do Christmas without bringing Halloween into it.
Silent holiday, if you didn't realize that. So anyway, I got amazingly enough, there was permanent fabric. They only had it in opalescent on 123 stitch, but it was there.
Well, how fun that.
She got it.
It's gonna be adorable with this.
Yes.
Hey, maybe I need to do mine on the other part of your permit.
That's a no.
The rest of this for the hands-on design boo bunting.
Oh, yeah.
Like, keep your hands away from my fabric.
Oh, man. How about your number 4, Athena?
Well, actually, I should save this number 4 because I think we're doing this one together. So, hang on, let me pick a different number 4. When you show yours, I'll show mine. How's that? Here's different. Okay, I'm doing over on Snug Harbor Crafts. She's doing these 'Twas the Night ornaments. Oh my gosh, they are so cute. If I hadn't seen her stitch them, I don't think that I would see this on the shelf and go, yeah, I want to stitch these. But watching her show hers is so much fun. They're so cute. And
JBW shows as well on the pattern as they are in person, because they are so always so cute.
yeah, I love it. So, yep, I'm gonna do that. And it's got beads. I'm excited. I don't have fabric for that one. It's just gonna be a white fabric though. Okay.
My number 5 is Trimming the Tree from Bendy Stitchy.
Nice.
And that's on my phone. Sorry, you're getting a funky picture. I don't know if I can hit it in between. Here. Maybe Katie needs to change the setting on the ring light.
No, I tried that.
But
Mhm.
anyway, that's the next one I am doing. And these are the flosses for it. And they are fun. Just a handful of DMC. I've not pulled fabric for that one yet, so I need to do that. And that's me.
Stole mom's pen there. So my reasoning for this one is because mom is stitching something from someone in our advent box. That's not a spoiler. We announced Bendy as one of our designers. That's obviously not the pattern we're sending, but I have a pattern from another one of our vendors, and that is from the Blue Flower, and I am going to be stitching Sleeping Bee.
Cute.
So this counts as my non-Christmas.
Non-Christmas. Nice.
And I think I just have a scrap of fabric actually that we picked up from a cross stitch shop over in Kansas.
So that's us. How about you?
Okay, next one is going to be from Rosie and Me, which is Kathy, who owns our LNS here. Jingles. And I just love it. It says he just wants to replace Rudolph. He's just trying to. So I love it. And I've pulled some fabric. This is just a scrap. I think I just got it like in a freebie bin or something. It's definitely fabric there. And I think it's 16 count because it says it up there. It says a 16 right there. So that's what I'm thinking it is. But it's just a pale blue, and it does have some sparkles in it if you can see them.
It's hard to see them today because it's so
It's
gray.
really cloudy. Yeah. But and I got little jingle bells.
Oh, that's so cute. Did you like the stereo there?
Yeah. So this will be a fun one. And a quick one, hopefully. Okay.
This is the Lux flannel that we'll buy occasionally, and it's like extra like snuggly. I just want to hold on to it.
If you don't know, Katie and I are also Love You More Studio.
Yeah.
And we make book sleeves and things.
And I don't have nearly enough Christmas sleeves apparently, because I have all of these just in my bags right now.
Oh, well, we have 30
I actually don't
30
know.
some odd prints this year. So
I actually
Yeah.
got up to 40 because we kept adding some in. So so anyway, I'm holding this one because it contains what we're both stitching next, which is Cabin in the Woods from Tiny Modernist, the other designer in our nice list box.
and the funny story here is that this is the picture
Yes.
that Katie used for the reveal.
Actually, it's even the vendor reveal graphic that I took a picture of to show
Yeah.
this.
And I loved it so much. I'm like, I need that pattern. So Katie tracked it down for me.
Yes.
Is there a
Well,
wreath on it?
no. Yeah,
It's my non-Christmas.
yes, and it's an ornament.
Oh, okay. Wait, then it
So
was Christmas.
No, it can be both. Or
It's a winter ornament. How
Yeah.
about that?
there you go. And that's a good opportunity to say that something I've been meaning to say too. When we do the vendor reveals, the picture that we post is not what you're getting in the box.
yeah, which
It's just
I put on most captions. I think I've missed it on
Yeah.
one item so far. So
Yeah.
I
so
don't
that's
have
not
my
what you're seeing. That's just kind of showing what that designer does
yes.
or person.
I
But
don't have my threads over here for this one, but do you?
they're tucked in. You wouldn't be able to see them very well. But yeah, we both loved it so much. So I found a digital copy, and then mom, every time we went into a cross stitch store, mom was like, "Do you have the February issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine?" And it was like, what, May by that point? And we actually found one at one of the cross stitch shops.
We found it in Branson
Yes,
at
at
Cecilia's
Cecilia's.
Samplers.
Nice.
So,
yeah. So
and
super
again,
cute.
I was joking and said, well, you don't have this one, do you? Because they had some older magazines out. And she disappeared for a few minutes and came back and said, you mean this one?
How much do you like me? I think that's
Yeah.
what how much do you like me?
So I made
Nice.
it on my
Oh,
I have some natural linen with a silver sparkle that these guys tell me you are never going to see.
here's my
But it's
natural
really
linen
pretty.
with a silver sparkle. You can really
Oh, see, I can see Katie's showing up, but I can't see yours. Yours must be really subtle.
Is it because it's
no, I think
No.
we have different manufacturers. This is a scrap from Heart's Desire, actually.
I don't know, it's probably the same thing.
No.
Oh, yours is like an even weave. Dirty word. Dirty word.
It's actually a linen. It has like thick and
Oh,
thin.
it's a nice face.
So
I
that's
lost count. Is
what
this
your
number
number
6? Are we on number 6?
Yep.
Okay, I lost count. So I just recently saw these patterns in my LNS, and I'm not a country person. I'm not a person that decorates with farm stuff. I don't necessarily like trucks or chickens, but for what reason, this whole series, I was like, oh, this is really cute. So here we go. It's in the plastic. Let me take it out. Because apparently we don't have enough light to show off our fabrics, but we do have enough light to cause a glare. There we go. It's the Truckin' Along series. So, and I just love this December one. That is so stinking cute.
How?
And it does have a chicken. So, and I am doing that on black fabric, and I've already pulled the floss. It's 18 count Ada. I mean, I say that like you guys should know.
It'll actually probably be nice for you to stitch on because it's the 18 count Ada compared to doing linen, or even just because the holes are small. And with it being black fabric, it's probably going to be easier for you to see those holes, hopefully.
Right. And I say 18 count. I mean, I just kind of said that like, duh, it's 18 count. If you guys don't know, if you don't watch me on my FlossTube, I pretty much only stitch on 18 count Ada. It's my comfort zone. So that's number 6.
Okay, number 7. Mine is Christmas fruit basket from Threadwork Primitives. I found this when we went to Reflections in Nebraska last weekend. And if you haven't been there, oh my gosh, you need to go, and you need to take a lot of stash cash.
And you need to book at least 2 hours.
Oh, you do need to call ahead.
Yes.
And she has you book an appointment. So, but I found this one there, loved it. I bought flosses. It only takes 6. I'm missing 2. And I don't have fabric out for it yet, but I know I have some pretty natural linens in my stash. And I feel like this one just needs that kind of vintage natural linen feel. So that's what I will do.
I am gonna stitch. So I have all 3 of these patterns, and I had to try and decide which one I was going to start. So I think I've decided on Flamingo Bells by Hands On Design.
That's what everybody voted on our channel. They like that one the most.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a vote. So
it was for a little bit, and then that one just totally pulled ahead.
So I love these flamingos so much from Hands On. And it was funny when I bought them at the shop. Yes, and I had Mom make me a flamingo Christmas.
This is this is an old one, right?
From last year, yeah.
Cute.
But I had her pull it out and finish it off for me so I can have it for this project. But I love these. And when I bought the patterns at the shop, I first of all went in looking for them. Like I was on the hunt for these. And when I went to the counter to check out, she was like, "Oh, good. I was wondering who would buy those." It's like,
it's not like we're by the water. It's not like we're in what you say, South Carolina or something like that.
Florida. I think she said Florida. It's not like we're in Florida, because she thought that whoever bought the pattern would be somebody who would actually have flamingos in their day-to-day life. And I'm like, I just like the flamingo. So I'm doing these on, I think it's lily pad fabric from Witchelt.
Okay.
That's that pale green that I'm shooting for my Secret Santas.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so funny spoiler, do you want to tell what you're thinking about for a box theme?
Oh, yeah. Thinking, Athena doesn't even know this because I just told Mom this morning. I was thinking it could be fun to do a flamingos themed box.
What would you guys think? Would you like a flamingos themed box?
I think we'd have to ask Kathy to design for us again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because she is the flamingo queen.
She is.
So. Okay, Athena, number 7.
My turn? Okay. Hold on. I'm cute. I'm losing track. I'm getting sucked in by all the stash. So I've got this one. This is a Stony Creek, just Christmas Snow Friends banner. And this is probably going to be an ongoing for the rest of my life. But it is so cute. I love it.
It is.
And it's got snowmen. So it fits that. And this was one of the garage sales items. Oh yeah. It's
And
nice.
I recently learned that you really like snowmen.
I do, yeah. And I can't really show you all of it. I mean, maybe if I go like this, here we go. You guys look at this floss list. Holy cow. So I was like, no, I don't have the energy to do that. So I just got some of the reds. I got all of the reds actually for the
letters. For the letters.
Yeah, so I can start doing the letters. That's what I'll start with. And again, I'll just do this on some white. I think that she stitched hers on 11 count, Ada. I was like, ooh, no, that's gonna be huge. So I think that I have a huge chunk of 14 count that I'm gonna do this on. Of just plain white.
Fun.
Yep.
Okay. My next one, my number 8, is this. I can't tell you who it's by. I can't tell you what it is.
That's number 9.
No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, well
it's
then
number 8.
And
actually, this says number 14, but it will take me. I'm going to start it on the 16th.
Yeah,
because that's when I'll be ready for it. Can't tell you anything more about it. This is Katie and I.
We can tell you though that if you want to stitch this with us, that you have the fabric, you have most of the floss already, and you have the pattern in the nice list box. So
I think maybe I stuffed in.
Yes, you did. You stuffed in the extra
that goes in there
threads that you need. So actually we can say that. So we told you that in these thread packs, we were sending you the specialty, the overdyed thread. So if they called for DMC for the patterns, we probably didn't include them. So this pattern did call for additional DMC colors. So we have insider knowledge, so we've picked those up.
So on the 16th, we'll be starting this one.
Nice.
That wasn't cryptic.
Oh, that's both of you together, right? Okay,
yeah,
so
that wasn't cryptic
turn
for anything,
And
right?
we can't show you fabric. We can't show you anything.
Okay, next one is, sorry, I wasn't prepared. Up to X stitch on Etsy. Up to X stitch on Etsy, Lord. And this one was already off of her site. Julie, Kansas City Girl in the Colorado World, I think stitched this or was working on it, and I saw it. I went back and like started her from the beginning, so I'm watching it like, you know, really old video, not really old, but older videos. And so I quick ran over to Etsy to go get this, and no, it's not there. So I messaged her and I was like, pretty please, will you individually sell me this pattern? I will buy 6 more from you if you sell me this one. So I have this one. Happy Christmas, you filthy muggle. And I've got the black fabric. It's 18 count Ada and the floss.
Now, how big is that? Will that be your ornament?
Oh no, this is 242 by 307.
Wow.
It's a big one. It's a big one. Yeah. So on 18 count, which is actually what it calls for on here, it's going to be 13 and a half by 17 inches.
Well, that would be a big ornament.
It might bring down the tree.
Okay, Miss Kate, how about you show yours next, because Athena will be showing with me.
Oh, okay. So next I am going to be
Athena's like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Next,
no, I'm there.
The wreath stitch along from Frosted Pumpkin. So this is the reveal that we have right now.
Cute.
Oh, so
had
cute.
a few reveals, so you can go and look at small portions of the wreath. We got the first pattern here on the 20th. I don't know by this point if we'll be past the we won't be.
We'll be on the 19th.
Okay, so maybe the second day I'll get to stitch on some of the stuff from the 20th release for December.
Okay, and can I just say, so the pattern, the part that she just showed us is pink houses, and the sleeve she has it in, it's little pink houses. Do you see them all? They're so
Oh,
cute.
So I also, well, because this is in here and blocking stuff, I also picked up backing fabric for when this is finished in 11 months.
ooh, nice.
But this was her recommended backing fabric, just this pattern from Ruby Star Society. They have a bunch of
Cute.
different colorways that you could get, but I really like this kind of corally color. And then actually, I'm going to be stitching this one with Mom's filming partner, Keisha, because she also bought the wreath. And I've said that I think I bought way more than I needed in the fabric. And so we might be sharing backing fabric.
She may not be able to wait that long to start it.
And then I am going to be stitching my wreath on 32 count Highland from Picture This Plus, which is this gorgeous greenish color.
There's some
Nice.
kind of spruce blue green in it
Yeah,
too.
it's the green, but it's like a really great neutral with just a hint of green in it, which I liked for the wreath. So
Awesome.
Okay, and my number 9 is Plaid Tidings. And
Yay.
I'm thinking I'm doing the green one because that's where the wreaths are.
Yep.
we're gonna have you all obsessed with wreaths.
There's a
First-
wreath and a snowman.
First it was snails, now it's
Oh, there is a snowman in that one.
Yep. And I pulled, I think, most of the colors, and ooh, are they pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I got all the colors too. I don't have fabric for this one yet. I'm gonna shoot for a light gray. I'm gonna dye that.
I'll probably be going with like a snowy blue.
Oh.
So
I wonder
then,
if I might mix some gray and some blue together and see what I come up with.
oh, I have an extra one for my new start on the 20th, which is Stars Over Pines. It's a freebie from Blue Ribbon Designs. So like I've printed mine out on cardstock. And I actually have, it called for 40 count maritime white linen from Lakeside Linens. And I'm using 32 count, but I had a piece of maritime white. I can pull it out of here. I had a piece of the maritime white, which is not like white.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of a creamy color.
Yeah.
So it should be really pretty with that.
And
And then
Mom and I, so Mom always does a new start on the 20th, so that's hers. And then on the 21st, we're both starting my Christmas list from Silver Creek Samplers.
yeah.
Nice.
Woohoo. And do you have fabric and everything?
I have fabric, yes.
I don't.
So I have a weird cut of fabric just because I also use this for another project, but this is like going to be just big enough. I'm doing mine on 40 count opalescent.
Oh,
That's gonna be fun.
Ancient from Picture This Plus.
Nice.
So they used a neutral, and I just wanted a little bit more going on behind that.
Yeah.
it's 101 by 287. This is a long-term project.
It is.
And I'll have to figure out what I want to do mine on. I have a lot of greens in my stash, and that may be what happens there. Okay, your turn.
Okay, so you mentioned your extra start, and I just wanted to throw that in there real quick. I don't have it with me in front of me, but you guys all know it. You all love it. We just found out that because we were supposed to start our Christmas break and work at a school on the 23rd. Like we were going to have to go to school that Monday, Tuesday before Christmas, which was
Wow.
going to be a nightmare. But they just announced that we're not going to. So I will start my Christmas break on the 19th. And I don't know if I'll wait till the morning of the 19th or if I'll come home off of work on the 18th and just immediately run to my bedroom. But I plan on starting Death by Cross Stitch, and that's my Christmas break start. So that'll be
going to be your Christmas start. Now it's your Christmas break start, huh?
yes. Yeah, no, yeah, it was always going to be my Christmas break start. So
okay. It was
it's
just
something that I can stitch on for Christmas break. I'm thinking that my 12 starts I will be done with my 12 starts by the time Katie's concentrating so hard on something right now. 14, 52,
73. Hike.
I just realized I still have 13 projects pulled.
Well,
Man.
on the 20th with me.
I was gonna do this. Sorry. I'm like, there are 3.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So I'm thinking my 12 days, I'll be done. I may start like one a day and I'll be done by the time I hit with, I'll have a little bit of leeway in there. So I'll be done by the time I hit Christmas break and I can focus on Death by Cross Stitch. So I've lost what number we're on. Are we on number 11?
This is number 10.
10. I may be missing something. Am I missing something? I don't know. Okay. This is
One of my
right. This is it's Snow Cold by Country Cottage Needleworks. And it's just so fun, the pinks and the greens. And this is out of my comfort zone, but this is 28 count even weave. And it's there we go. It's like a mauvey, pinky kind of color. And these call for a really bright pink. So I think that bright pink will still show up on this. On the background.
It'd be pretty.
So, yeah.
Oh, and then I'm sitting here not ready.
Oh, I do have 2 more left. Okay.
So,
I thought I only had 1 left in my bag.
okay, my number 11 is Noelle. And again, you're getting that crazy rainbow from the ring light. It's Noelle from Modern Folk Embroidery. I love this one. And it is what I am for sure starting on my natural linen with the silver. And right now I have hollyberry floss to go with it from Classic Colorworks. And I think it's going to be really pretty with it. Because
is 1 skein going to be enough?
I have 3.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm good.
Don't want to run into a situation where you're like, oh my God, I have to match this color.
Yes.
Excuse me. Okay, so my next one, I apparently don't actually have up, is from the November issue of Cross Stitcher magazine, which is a UK-based magazine. And I am going to be stitching, I don't know if the pattern is called Deck the Halls or if the page header on the magazine spread is called Deck the Halls. But I am going to be doing one of the Emma Congdon Stitchrovia ornaments. Have a very
cute.
So, and then for that, I have pulled, I think, no, this is linen. I thought this was even weave for a second. Just a really pale blue fabric. I think this is actually an orphan from Picture This Plus. I liked the light background, but again, I wanted something with like other than just plain white. So I wanted something with a little bit of color there. So, oh, and this is the book sleeve that it's living in, which is like all the colors from the ornaments.
Did we call this sweater weather?
Yes. Hey,
this year we have an ugly sweater contest sleeve.
It is ugly and cute at the same time.
It's fabulous. And in the big one, you really get to see them all. So,
okay, Athena, what is your number 11?
Okay, I've got Coffee Break.
oh, I love
Yep, Coffee Break. And this is Shannon Christine. This is a new designer to me. I just found her and I'm absolutely in love. I've got like 5 or 6 now, I think. I don't know. I'm slowly starting an obsession. I do not, however, like coffee. So I think this looks like a cup of cocoa myself. We're going to go with cocoa and I'm going to change coffee to cocoa. Hopefully I'm going to center it this time. Last time I changed coffee to cocoa, I ended up with a mess. But I've got all the called for colors and I'm going to stitch this on 18 count This is Briar Rose by Fabrics by Stephanie. And it's got sparkles in it. So let's see if I can get the sparkles. Ooh, perfect.
Ooh.
And it's just a nice pink color that I think will really work well with the purples and stuff in there. So I've got a lot of pink Christmas going on.
You like that pink this year.
I do.
I was thinking I have some really pretty pink fabrics, and I kept thinking, oh, I'll pull something out and stitch on the pink.
I thought I would have fun colored fabrics, and I ended up pulling a lot of neutrals. I forgot to say that the Emma Congdon was my ornament piece.
Oh yeah. I feel like Halloween lends itself better to the fun fabrics because you end up with a lot of just solid black type stitching.
Yeah.
But when you come to Christmas, your patterns are so full and colorful that you want to go with the neutrals. You want to back up with the neutrals just to make it pop more.
Yeah.
So
Although when I look at my wall, I have like that one is on a deep evergreen linen.
it's beautiful. Yeah.
It's Celtic Christmas from Lavender and Lace. And I just did the lady. But I also, you can't see way up there. I have this really, like what the Peppermint Pals is on, that kind of aqua blue. I have a big angel on it. I don't know what else I have around. But I do have a lot of neutrals for sure for Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, okay, so Deck the Halls is one of the challenges. I have a whip that is Deck the Halls that I will stitch on sometime during the month.
Nice.
Like one of those in between days. So that's one.
Okay,
and
do your last one.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
She's going off script, guys.
So my 12th day, this is my Christmas Day start, will be Joy to the World. Actually, is that what this one is called? Probably.
Are you doing it Christmas Day or Christmas Eve?
No, I'm doing this one Christmas Day.
Okay.
I'm doing Noelle on the 23rd, which will carry me into Christmas Eve. And then Joy to the World, the bigger one, on Christmas Day. I've had this for a few years, and it comes with fabric, but I don't know. It just didn't quite work for me. And I got an orphan from Picture This Plus. I'm going to hold this carefully because all my flosses are on it. And I think they're going to work really well. And
Nice.
here's the fun thing. My orphan is named Ygritte. So that will be my 12th Christmas start. So
I think mine, I'm actually going to start on Christmas Eve. And it is my oldest pattern. And it's new to me because I picked it up this year. It's actually older than I am.
yeah.
It is from the Prairie Schooler Designer Series Home for Christmas. So this is the full pattern with all the little bits. And then I'm going to do the big one there.
Cute.
Big one. It's 77.
Oh, they're so cute.
It's 77 by 57, but it's literally called Christmas Eve. So I have on Christmas Eve.
And show them your sleeve.
Oh, I don't have very many full-size Christmas sleeves, so this was just kind of by default. It's going in slots.
But you know, what do we do on Christmas? Especially during COVID.
Yeah. Okay, my number 12. Am I ready?
Yep.
Okay. My number 12, again, Shannon Christine. And this is Looks Like Christmas.
So,
Absolutely love it. Sorry for the glare. Yeah, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. I love it. And this was actually model stitched and up on the counter at Reflection when we were up in Nebraska. So that's, I mean, I love her designs anyways, but the thing that you'll find with, I think almost all of her designs is this picture is always a digital picture. It's not usually model stitched and ready to go. You can go to her Instagram and see them model stitched sometimes, but seeing it stitched is so much better. So I pulled.
It was a lot prettier on the counter than
Oh yeah.
the pattern, and the pattern is pretty, but
Yeah.
I mean, I looked at the counter and I was like, ooh, that's really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I pulled a kind of like a stormy gray. I would almost think use this for like a Halloween, but I think it'll look cute with the snowflakes coming down. I think it'll pop. So, and then I've got all the DMC called for. So
That'll
number
be
12.
fun. Okay, I have like 2 extras here.
I have one extra that I think I might do the start on the 20th.
I would
So
just like you guys to all know that I played by the rules and I pulled 12 for my 12 days.
well, I pulled the 12 for my 12 days plus my new start on the 20th. Now, Lee,
Plus some extras.
our friend Lee, is going to start a Bristol schoolgirl sampler. I don't remember which one she said, but this is kind of what they look like. They're usually red. And she was talking about it in a chat that we were in. And I said, oh, I have this one that's similar. It's Poppy Mae Russell from, this
Heartstring
is from
Samplery.
Heartstring Samplery. And I've pulled the threads and they look so Christmassy, wintry.
Yeah.
I said, oh, Lee, I'm going to start this with you. So if you want to start a sampler like that, I am going to tag her and I have her Instagram there and you can stitch along for Lee's birthday. And I know you guys all like a good excuse. Maybe you'll go follow her before then and check her out. But you know, it's kind of fun to get to stitch with other people. And I have wanted to start that little sampler and I'm going to do it. And then I had this in my Christmas. It's Winter Rose Manor by Brenda Gervais. And I mean, I had 14 and I said, this is not Christmas.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start this on the 30th and it will be a winter piece. And I'm still missing a couple of flosses and we'll see what I do fabric wise with this. But that's just, I really liked it and I would really like to get it started because I think I have a tendency to then just, you know, buy the stuff and not start them.
Yep.
So
My one extra, we'll see when I start it. I might even start it here in November if the supplies come in soon enough. But I just found out about this pattern and ordered it, and I'm waiting for the floss to come in. I think it's adorable. It's Souvenirs of the Heart, Home for Christmas.
which you've done at least one other in this series too.
Well, I've finished one and I started the fall one. But I love this little Christmas house. It's adorable.
yes.
And I love the colors in it. So yeah, it needs to get started soon. I don't know if it's going to be a start on the 20th. I don't know if the things will get here and I can do it before then. But I had another one that was a potential on my list that I decided to remedy the problem of having too many for December by starting it last night. And I'm actually almost done with it. My progress. And this is from the new Primitive and Punch Needle magazine, Barbariana.
What's the name of the
Wait,
magazine?
Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. Darn it.
Needle.
I always want to switch them. So this is the pattern.
You're so close.
Right? I'm just, the only thing I have left is that sleigh.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
So I'm really excited. I'm gonna
cute.
have a little ornament finished for 2020. And it was one that I had when it came, I was like, darn it, I wish I had known about this before I picked my 12.
Okay,
So,
Athena, did you have a piece called Deck the Halls?
No.
Katie and I had multiples. Like we have the one we're starting on the 1st.
Caterpillar cross stitch.
I have one that is a whip already. And I think I even found a third one.
Yeah.
And then an ornament. Did you come up with an ornament?
Yes.
Yeah. The Secret Santa.
Okay. I think I have one. Oh, she's climbing the door now. And then a non-Christmas piece.
I'm gonna my It's Snow Cold one. It's got some trees in it, but I think it's more winter than it is Christmas.
I have Baby It's Cold Outside. That's already a whip. That's not really a Christmas one. So Then a piece with a snowman. I think I hit that about 6
You're
times.
just not letting me answer any of them.
Oh, no, I'm not. Well, you kind of already did yours, but I don't think Athena and I did. Katie, did you have a piece called Deck the Halls?
I did. I have 3.
How about an ornament?
Yeah, I
The one you're finishing, right?
no, well, yeah, actually, but no, I actually wrote down the flamingo.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Also the Emma Condon bobble thing.
And then your Christmas. That'll go in the bloopers at the end, right?
That's staying in.
Your non-Christmas piece could be this
Ooh.
one.
Yes, it could. Cabin in the Woods by Tiny Modernist.
Woo. And then
Did you have a non-Christmas piece, Athena?
It's Snow Cold one.
yeah, she already
Okay,
answered
sorry.
that. And then a piece with a snowman. I think I have 6.
Well, I'm doing mine the same day that you're doing yours. The Peppermint Pals for you.
Well, there's one on Deck the Halls.
Okay.
Because it starts with Build a Snowman. And there's one in here, there's one in here, there's one in here. Maybe there's one there.
So mine is Mr. Marshmallow.
I've got a bunch.
I have quite a few. I have that Christmas one that's got snowmen in it, and it's Snow Cold. I don't know if there's any more anywhere else. There's a snowman in that Plaid Tidings house too.
Okay, are you stitching on your oldest Christmas pattern? What is your oldest Christmas pattern?
So I only have one Christmas pattern started right now. It's a dimensions kit that has 6 ornaments in it, and I've actually started all 6 ornaments, but I don't even have any of them finished. I think that I may pull out one of them. Maybe it'll be my precursor before these 12 starts, and pull out, because there's one that I'm really close to actually finishing. It would be nice to have one finished. Fun fact, it's actually Lisa gifted me this whole kit. It came with like the finishing fabric and everything, the floss, even before the Harry Potter piece, because she was like really trying to get me kickstarted into this. I told her that I had cross stitch before. She was really trying to get me back into it. But she had given me that during one of my surgeries so that I could have something to do while I was laying in bed recovering. It just didn't ignite the spark like the Harry Potter piece did. And then, yeah, so that's actually my oldest Christmas piece.
What's your oldest one?
The one that's older than I am.
And mine is a whip that I'll be working on. That's Brendan's stocking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the last one is stitch on a piece with a wreath.
Mine is the big wreath from the Frosted Pumpkin.
And
well,
Plaid Tidings.
Yeah, but I think it says wreath or garland.
Or garland, yes.
And I think there's multiples that have garland. Yeah. So I'm good.
The term garland can be used very loosely.
Yeah. Because remember, you're making this challenge your own.
And you don't even have to do these prompts. These are just to kind of kickstart you and let you have fun.
If you were every single time we video, every single time. This has just got a tree in it. But it's got like some little sprigs on this package here. But how do you make garland? Don't you take the pieces off the tree and like twine them together, and now you've got some garland? So see, you can play with it. Make it work. Make it work. So this isn't for points. This isn't for a prize. This is just to help us motivate that Christmas stitching. So
those prompts were really, in case you were having a hard time deciding, maybe those would help you focus and narrow down your focus.
Yeah.
So then the other thing that we're doing with this is crazy ladies here. I don't know if Athena has decided she's going to join us or not. I hate starting projects. So New Year's comes and Mom and I normally kind of plan, well, we used to pull a bunch of projects that we wanted to stitch during the year, and we would start them all in one day. And so we're going to do that same thing with these 12 Christmas projects. And I'm going to pull out all 12 of mine and measure in and put a few stitches in and cut my fabric down if I need to, so that when it comes to the day that I'm actually supposed to work on it, I don't have to worry about all the fussy stuff. I can just grab it and go. And hopefully make a lot more progress than I did when we did 13 starts for Halloween.
So we're doing this next Saturday.
Oh, I want to also add in, we chose all brand new starts. However, please use your whips. I was going to use a whip in one of mine and it just fell off the list. I have a
lot of whips.
Yeah.
I totally planned on using all 6 of my ornaments and only buying 6 new starts. And then I got to the store and I was like, oh, that's cute. And that's cute. And that's cute. And now I have 12.
I think I'm going to, you said you would probably start all yours before you hit your break. I am planning to maybe on those days in between pull out a whip and work part of the time on the whip and part of the time, so that I have a couple of days on a new start and then I still spend part of the time on a whip. So, but we are planning to start all of these next Saturday on the 28th.
Yes. So we may, I don't know if we'll do a vlog style starting here or not. Athena's like,
I'm not doing that crazy pants, start all of the things in one day. No, I'm not doing that. No.
We'll text you updates throughout the day, Athena.
Okay. Yeah, like we did.
I'll be stitching, but I'm not starting 12 things in one day. No.
So like we did our 24 hours of cross stitch, maybe we will
do a vlog of around 12 hours of cross stitch.
Unless we get really excited about one and we just keep stitching.
No, we can't finish it in November. We have to save 8 stitches to finish it in December. We want to be as good as Jennifer Gorski.
So, okay. You're starting all the things next Saturday. And then we're like officially, because December 1st is our kickoff day.
Yes.
So we're going to be doing updates. How frequently did you say?
So we're going to film our first video, or we're going to upload our first video on December 2nd, because we're going to open gifts 1 and 2. And then the next one will be gifts 3 and 4.
Okay. So we'll be filming every other day throughout the 25 days. And then maybe like a wrap up one at the end or something. I don't know. We'll see.
It'll probably, like the first is a Tuesday, but then where I have us scheduled to start, if Katie follows me, it's going to be Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Because there's an old wives' tale that you never start a project on a Friday or you'll never finish it.
I'm doing every other day, because that will put me on schedule to be stitching on Christmas Eve
Well, Katie started that piece last night and that was a Friday and she's going to finish it today. So
she broke that, huh?
Yeah, she did.
I don't know. Wait, something will happen. The cat will finally come in and we'll tear it up or something.
Oh my goodness. No.
There's so much fun stuff coming out on our boxes and things.
We should actually talk about that. So December 10th is our next box release. It is our Black Needle Society box.
So this was formerly our in-person event, the Show Me Retreat, and we converted it this last year and made it digital, and it actually was our first retreat in a box.
Yes.
It was kind of an unofficial retreat in a box where we tried out the whole digital retreat.
And all of our guests were amazing and were patient with us and let us figure everything out. And yes.
And you guys were amazing at hosting and rerouting, and it just kickstarted this whole thing. It was awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And with the continuation of the COVID situation, we have made the decision that at this point, we are not going to have an in-person event.
We had booked a space, we'll be canceling it, but we had booked a space for July, but at this point we would have to start planning the retreat now. And as things stand, it doesn't look like we could have a retreat. So We
And in
just,
talking with the hotel,
yeah,
they're planning to be in COVID protocol through next year.
like through the whole year. So
So
fingers crossed that is not the case, because I don't think anybody wants to live another year of this. But we, sorry.
Yeah, we have to the planning and putting everything together for an in-person retreat would have to start now. And the way it looks now, no.
Yeah.
So
and what we need for an in-person retreat is different than what we need for a digital retreat.
right.
Yeah.
So we will be having a digital retreat with this, and it will be
Yes.
a full retreat. And in fact, if you are a crazy person like we are, you can actually come to the Frogwarts retreat
First,
on
on July
July
8th, my birthday.
So that must be the 8th through the 11th. I would
Oh,
have
Nico's birthday again.
to look at all this. But we will
It's
have
just gonna be one big Harry Potter celebration on my
it's just
birthday.
gonna be a big party.
I expect a happy birthday Harry cake.
So Frogwarts will be July 8th through 11th. That's Thursday through Sunday. And then the Black Needle Retreat will be July 15th through the 18th, which again will be Thursday through Sunday.
Yes.
And that means that Katie and I will not sleep the 8th through the 11th. We will get a little sleep the 12th through the 14th. The 12th and the 13th, I guess.
Show
Then-
Me is a lot more laid back. Let's stop scaring real quick. Frogwarts is a retreat on drugs. It just is.
It's intense. It is very intense. If you choose to do everything.
Yeah.
You don't have to do everything. So
But Felicity and Chloe can give you tips on how to fully enjoy everything that's going
Every
on.
single second.
And we hear they already have a plan to be together. They now only live about 10 minutes apart in
Yes.
Australia, and they'll be up and kind of helping host again, hopefully.
So then I was going to say the Black Needle Retreat is much more laid back. It is much more about gathering and stitching together and talking and enjoying each other's company. And there are games, but it is not anywhere near the competitive level,
yeah.
the ongoing events level that Frogwarts will be.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. Frogwarts is really competitive. There's points involved. There's, I mean, it gets intense. Whereas
also say
Show Me is still going to have, what was that?
you're competing more against yourself.
Except you have house points.
Yeah, so like
Yeah, competing house. I mean, you're competing against other teams. You are. But Show Me, where you're still going to have events, you're still going to have games. There will be prizes and everything else. It's just going to be, there's not points, and it's a lot more chill. Not something going on literally every single hour of the day. Frogwarts does have something every single hour of the day, 4 days in a row.
And I mean, it's based on events that happened we're at year 2 this coming year. And so it will be based on year 2. So if you need to brush up and kind of figure out what's going on, then
I will say, Frogwarts was also very busy because we planned the schedule for a variety of time zones.
Yes.
So that no
And we
matter
didn't-
where you were, you could participate in most of the events.
And we didn't think that you would all be crazy and think you needed to participate in every single thing.
I don't know who you're possibly talking about at all right now. It's fine.
So yeah, so that is why we're like late night and early morning things, is because we planned for you to be able to be anywhere in the world and enjoy. So with Show Me, it's a little more tailored to a Midwest.
So
Well,
for those of you who are going to hopefully go for the overall points winner, you should know that Athena has retired herself.
I was going to say, you guys will all be happy to know that I'm officially disqualified from now on. And since I'm an employee, I will be there. I will be stitching along. I will be, but I'll be adding up points and all the
There's-
crazy fun.
Okay, so the amazing thing is Athena did win that. However, there were several people who were really close, and
Okay.
it would have been even closer than it was had they been able to
I think
complete
they missed
things.
like 2 events or something. Like there were a couple of people who missed like 1 event at the end or something.
Somebody
and it
had
was
to
like,
frog and didn't get to finish,
yes,
didn't get the 100 points for the frogwort sampler, which that's something to gear up for.
it was
but
neck and neck and neck. I
It
mean, it
was.
was
and it changed people. I mean, the top person changed so many times
yes.
throughout the weekend.
So
So, okay. Tangent.
Yeah.
The Show
Yeah.
Me, or the Black Needle Society box, formerly the Show Me Retreat, will be on sale December 10th. And I am currently trying to get a newsletter put together so that anybody who is this going to be open to all customers or just the subscribers that we're emailing?
first it will be subscribers. They'll have 24-hour early access.
No, I meant the newsletter.
Oh, the newsletter will only go to subscribers.
Okay.
Okay, but
So
will first be available to last year's Show Me Retreat attendees.
Yes.
And they will be, I mean, this will be the Black Needle Society, but the Show Me Retreat attendees will have first dibs. And then it will go to our subscribers.
Yes.
And then it will be open to the public.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is also how Frogwarts will work. If you attended Frogwarts last year, so that goes on sale January 5th. So you have a little under a month until Frogwarts. So last year's attendees first, current subscribers second, and then general public third.
A little over a month.
No, December 10th to January 5th.
Oh, between those two.
Yes.
I was going from now and I'm like, it's a little. But anyway, so yeah, there will be, you'll be able to sign up. And those are both specialty boxes. So, what are they?
those are not included in your subscriptions.
Yeah, those are not included in your subscription.
So if you have a subscription, these are boxes you need to purchase in addition if you would like to. And they do include the full 4-day retreat. So in the price of the box, so you'll see that the prices of these boxes are a little bit more than even just the specialty boxes, because you have a full 4-day event that you're paying for with prizes and games and all of the work that it entails. So there's a little bit of a upcharge for that. And then the newsletter that I was saying, I'll hopefully get those out on the 1st of every month, and it'll have like all of these kinds of details in there too, so that you can refer back to that if and when you need to. And maybe we can upload that on our Instagram too, so that the general public can see
In
it.
our Facebook group.
I could put a link to it within our, because we have a link tree on our Instagram. I can put a link to it there. Unfortunately, Instagram has their character limit. So typically you put all of the information you need in a single Instagram post.
But maybe in our Facebook group too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And remember our Facebook group, because we are hosting events there. We're hoping to host events once a month, to have just an open chat. That's a free thing to come and do.
Actually, yes. We're doing our 12 starts. It is actually also the day that we are inviting everybody to come and join us on the Black Needle Society group for an evening of stitching. So we have
next Saturday, the 28th.
Yes. And we'll be posting times and details within the Facebook group.
So if you haven't joined the Facebook group, you just need to come. If you have been declined admission to the Facebook group, it's because you did not answer the questions. We give you about 24 hours after we see it, just in case you just didn't get a chance to answer questions. But you have to answer the questions.
It's either because you didn't answer the questions, or the answers seem generic and we didn't believe that you were a cross stitcher.
If we can see groups that we have in common with you and you've answered the questions, then absolutely. Just this morning, somebody who I am friends with on Instagram, I got a fake account request from her. And
Right.
I messaged her and said,
Right.
this isn't you, right?
So even, I mean, even if we know you and you didn't answer the questions, it could be somebody pretending to be you.
Right.
I've had a few come across that say like, how did you hear about us? And the response was FB for Facebook, but that's very short. And then, what ideas do you have for future boxes? 'Cause these are the questions you will answer. And then it was IDK, I don't know. And then the last one is, what's a current whip that you're working on? And it said something like too many or something like that. I'm like, that was really generic. I don't know that I believe you.
Yeah. Or,
So
or they don't tell you a whip, or it doesn't even sound like.
Yeah. I do know that we've seen several lately where they say it popped up in my Facebook suggestions. And
Right.
that's very valid, but
Yeah.
answer the other two questions. It's fine to say that it popped up in your Facebook suggestions, but just think about it. I mean, we've talked some about themes and things, and we are always looking for ideas.
And if you can't come
And,
up with an idea, that's fine. Really, I think the one that we're really focusing on is what's your current whip.
Mhm.
Because if you're a stitcher, you'll be able to tell us at least one project that you're currently working on that will be like, yep, that's legit. They can come in.
Yeah. So, oh shoot, there was something I was gonna say. It's gone. Okay, go ahead.
This one's gotten really
It
long.
has. 12 starts and tangents. So
we're
All
good.
the Black Girl news, though. I mean, maybe in the title we can say like, if you don't want to pay attention to our 12 starts, fast forward to the end because there's important news at the end.
I mean,
but yeah,
what time that will be.
I'll figure it out. I am not a YouTube whiz.
So
okay.
I think that's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you had fun, and we hope that you're going to be starting or continuing to stitch on 12 projects with us, or stitch for 12 hours during December, 12 minutes on project, whatever you can do. So I think that's it. Bye, Society Stitchers.
Bye.